Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line, and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So in case if you can't hear the sound, just focus to the silence and let your body to settle down. Do nothing extra. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we are trying to share the very basic informations related to how to develop a very good, clear spiritual foundation, especially practicing with meditation. So, why you want to hear this? Because most of time we like to practice meditation, and when we practice meditation, most of time we don't know what to do. So sometimes we just stay silent, and sometimes we try to remind something, repeat something, or maybe we kind of like get into a dream state or visualize something. So we do many things, but if you keep doing like that, what will happen sometimes, again and again, you start to get addicted to that state and to feel that whatever that you feel while you practice meditation, then you have to go into that state, that place. Otherwise, you cannot get it. So then it's not going to become realistic. Because just imagine, in case if you can't go into that practice one day, what will happen then? Then the disappointment happen, anger happen. If anybody disturbed to that state, anger happen. So the meditation is a method that you have to liberate yourself. So when you come to liberation, when you want to find the freedom yourself, you cannot become a prisoner to any practice. So then, in this meditation, we basically try to give you the very background and the very mechanism, because this is not a kind of like a magic, this is a mechanism. So once you recognize, once you know the mechanism, then you have to apply it to practice. So there is a part that you have to know, and then there is a part you have to apply to the practice. So through the practice, then there is something that you gain, we call it the wisdom. So the most of time people like to stay in this present moment. This being in the moment, being in the present moment is a kind of like a very, very popular word. Everybody try to be in the moment. So, being in the moment, sometimes we think that it is the solution for all other problems, being in the moment. But according to the Buddhism, according to the Buddha's teaching, being in the moment not going to help that much. Because that whatever the moment that you experience is a very byproduct of the past and the future. Your present moment cannot separate from the past and the future. We are in this timeline, so wherever we are, according to right now, right here, in this very moment, within this environment, within this experience, we take it as the now. But there is no nowness or the newness separate from the past and the future. So this moment, there is a continuation in this timeline. So this moment right now within another few moments going to become the past. So then how this being in the moment or in the awareness, the present moment of awareness going to help for you? Understanding this is very important. Actually, according to the Buddha's teaching, our ultimate purpose is developing the wisdom. Wisdom will help you to liberate, not being in the moment. Sometimes you can be in the moment because you don't have any options. Sometimes you have to accept it. And you have no choice. So then, or maybe sometimes you can be in the moment with kind of like a unconscious mind. So then how about after this being in the moment, then what will happen to your next moment? Whatever the other worldly conditions things and whatever the situation around you. So you may be able to stay in the moment for a while, then you have to go back to your day-to-day things. Another thing is that our mental formations, our cankers, our memories, our habitual patterns can trigger certain kind of emotions according to day-to-day activities and according to environment or according to others' behavior. So then what will happen? So then how this practicing meditation can help you? So the very first thing then you have to remember, just being in the moment, not a solution. For the moment you may feel good, but it's not going to become a solution. Because being in the moment is a kind of like a very old practice, more than 10,000 years old. Because when it comes to yoga, yoga is more than 10,000 years old. The Buddha's teaching is 2,600 years. So then in the yoga also it talk about the samadhi. And even before the yoga, there were many other mental practice. And with this, in this human existence, generations to generation, somehow people able to find a way to being in the moment, because it is a part of us. There is a deeper connection in us to the present moment. And the awareness is not something that we bringing out from outside. No, awareness is inside us. So then, wherever the human beings, whenever the life start, in that very moment, the awareness also going to be there. The consciousness, the part of our consciousness is awareness. So today what happened from the birth to now, according to our environment or according to our day-to-day life, and according to that whatever we experience went through eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and knowingly or unknowingly we accumulated many things, and that accumulation covered this awareness. So our memory overtook our awareness. So because of that, what happened, our habitual patterns, the memory now more powerful than the awareness. But you have to remember, awareness always there with you. So being in the moment, maybe for a moment you can uplift that awareness. But again, maybe it go back to the memory. And dreaming, thinking about future, visualizing. It's a part of our life. Imagination is a kind of like a part of the creation. Look at this everything around us. This everything came out of imagination. So then when you imagine, what will happen? Then you have to disconnect from the present moment of awareness. So, but here that how this present moment of awareness become a solution to your liberation. Today we are going to talk about it a little bit. So remember, just being in the moment, not going to become a solution. There is something that you have to add to that. That is what talk in Buddhism. So once you come to the present moment, and especially when it comes to, as we know in meditation, there are two mental cultures, mental practice. One is called tranquility meditation, another one called the insight meditation. So the tranquility meditation means the samatha bhavana, tranquility mental culture. It helps us to tranquilize the mind and develop the undisturbed mind, and it develops the one pointness. And through the tranquility meditation, you are capable to recognize things as it is. All the objects that come to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, you are capable to recognize it as it is. So this is what the present moment of awareness. It gives the clarity to recognize. So the recognition itself not going to take you to liberation. So then awareness itself not going to work. So you need another part for this awareness. So the awareness here we call as the sati also. So once you have the sati, so sati means you are capable to recognize the perception that whatever perceive to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind as it is. And once you have that experience, now you are in undisturbed mind, and in that very level, so that undisturbed mind has two qualities. Remember that. That undisturbed mind has two qualities. One is you are not going to disturb or the distracted from the outside. So you are capable to maintain in one mental object with that whatever according to your conscious decision. If you focus to the breathing, then you are capable to stay with the breath. So then whatever happening from outside, you're not going to go with it. It's not going to disturb you. So whatever the sound or any other things, not going to disturb. You are capable to be with it. And other thing is, our mind always scattered. It's always go into parts. But now what happened? You are capable to keep your mind into a one point, one mental object. So that is an internal practice. That's a mental practice. And at the same time, you are capable to reduce the power of 5 hindrance. So that is an internal practice. And once your mind capable to reduce the power, get out of the 5 hindrance, Kamachanda, Vyapada, Teenamidda, Uddacha Kukucha, Vichikicha, sensual desires, ill will or the anger, sloth and thofa, and restlessness, doubt. Restlessness, another way, remorse, and the doubt. So once you are capable to reduce the power of this 5 hindrance, your mind become very vivid, sharp, and clear. So that will help you to see the things as it is. Then you are in the moment. You are engaged consciously with your perception, what you perceive in the environment, knowingly where you are and what you experience. That is the only thing that can happen through the present moment. There is nothing else. If you just go with the sati, or if you go with only concentration towards the awareness or towards the object. But from that point, you have to add another quality to your awareness. That is what called the wisdom, panya. So without the wisdom part, just being in the present moment, not going to take you out of the problem. So this panya, adding the panya or the wisdom to the present moment is missing most of the time. So you can go to this YouTube and there are a lot of people talk about the present moment. They appreciate that. They highly talk about it. But more than any other time, today, we know what is the present moment. And even the people practice it. But look, whoever practice, just being in the present moment will not going to take you out of the situation. Because you have to develop the wisdom part. If you miss that, your practice going to become at the same place. So that is where this vipassana knowledge is important. So when it comes to tranquility meditation, It helps you to tranquilize the mind. When it comes to the vipassana meditation, it develops the four foundation. Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana. Contemplating the body, contemplating the sensation or the feelings, contemplating the mind, and contemplating the phenomena or the Dharma. So now you come to the present moment and you have the undisturbed mind. From that, you have to deeply observe that present moment of condition. So when it comes to this all four foundations, at the same time, another way we call this introspection. So this gives access to form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition. So 5 aggregates. So remember that in tranquility meditation, it helps you to reduce the power of 5 hindrance. Now, through the vipassana, it gives the ability to deeply observe yourself, head to towards your moment of experience, and recognize how this form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition happens and what is the nature of it. So being in the moment, you are more engaged with the environment. But being in the moment, and when one should develop the vipassana, it gives the more understanding regarding your internal behavior. This is another way called the introspection. So then you are capable to see what is happening in you, within yourself. And when it comes to that, in the moment, that whatever the experience that you go through within your physical body and even within the outside, there are 2 ways that you are capable to understand it. One is you are capable to understand this outside nature. It called the 3 marks of existence: impermanence, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. So basically, in the vipassana, so you have 4 foundations. Kayanupassana, contemplating the body. Listen this very carefully, because this is little bit technical. That's why you have to remember, this is not a magic, this is a mechanism. Once you recognize that, you are capable to put it to practice. So look at this. One is Kaya Anupasana. So that means the body, physical body. Vedana Anupasana, the sensation, the feelings that arising in the body relate with the mind. Physical feeling, mental feelings. Chitta Anupasana, the very nature, the behavior, the condition of the mind, rising of the mind. Dhamma Anupasana, phenomena, or the Dhamma that we study and how we experience within ourselves. So this all the 4 conditions, 4 things related to this body. This is not about the outside world. And now what happened when you observe this head to toes, you are capable to recognize 3 marks of the existence. What are those? Impermanence. unsatisfactory nature, and the selflessness, anitya, dukkha, anatma. So the impermanence you are recognizing within your body, within your mind. Unsatisfactory nature you recognize within your body and within your mind and in your life. Selflessness you recognize within your body, within your mind, within your life. So this recognition happened in the moment. So that is where the present moment, in according to the Buddhism, the Buddha's teaching, the present moment is the moment you are capable to recognize it. Not about contemplating the past or not contemplating the future. You observing, you drilling, you go into deeper with the very critical analytical understanding, not very lethargic, sleepy, or kind of like a very transit mood. No, your mind should be awake when you observe the body. You go into each and every angle, each and every part. From all the directions you observe and recognize it. You analyze it without becoming biased to any practice, any technique, any believing system. So that means your consciousness itself detach from the body and observe it above the body, from below the body, from around the body, not being inside the body believing this is I am. So you separate yourself and observe. When you observe what happens, you recognize the very nature of the body. And feeling the same. You're not going to be with the feelings and observe it. You're not going to harness with the feeling. You get out of the feelings and observe it. The mind the same. You are not going to be a part of the mind when you observe. You detach from it and observe. You're not going to react to it and being with it, encourage it, empower it. But you withdraw from it and observe. Sometimes when kind of like, sometimes in a little group of company or kind of like, organization, I have seen this many times on newspaper or magazine sometimes, when they do kind of like a lottery drawing programs or kind of like any kind of like a game or something like that, they're saying any family member related to this company cannot participate for this game. See, why? Because authenticity. And the player is completely unbiased and not have any connection to that. So then the workers, any person who ever related to that company also not going to be a part of that after whoever win. It's not a kind of like a inside job. So when you observe the same thing, when you observe your mind, it cannot be an inside job. You have to withdraw from it, and when you observe, and whatever that you learn about this impermanence, selflessness, change, unsatisfactory nature, heat, motion, liquidity, So anything now you observe yourself and not becoming part of it. Contemplate the phenomena. So then what happens? You going to see the very reality of this, this physical body. And once you recognize that, so within your body, within your feelings, within your mind, within all the phenomena, ideas, thoughts, the Dharma, so this, you start to recognize the three marks of existence. So existence here, this in this existence, in this very moment of existence, in this very present moment of as who you are, right now, right here, what you experience, that is your existence, that is your reality. So in that reality, you see these three marks, which you cannot separate. It's inherent. It's the blueprint of the existence. That's why the existence happens. So now within your body, within your mind, within your recognition, you recognize these three marks: impermanence, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness. Within this moment. And that is where the idea of self, or I am, start to release. Then you recognize, because this understanding will take you to another level of understanding, that is the same three marks you're going to experience through the form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. So the forms, what are the form? What is here the form means? So the form means there are, I think there are 28 that foundations on forms. So when it comes to form, that whatever the object, and once it come to eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, this form arise, internal form, outside form, the structure, the shape. Wherever the shape, then the colors arise. So this form means whatever related to form, feeling, the form means heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. So then once the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness, there are four qualities, the fundamental elements. And once the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness come together, what happens? The color arise, the smell arise, taste arise, and the energy arise. So that is the outside forms. And then what happens? When it comes to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and related to that, when you recognize that what you recognize with the eye, so the picture arise. And when it comes to ear, the sound arise. When it comes to that outside, heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness, color, smell, taste, and energy, that the 8 foundations come together, touch your nose, and then through the nose, the smell arise. There is a smell outside, according to the Theravada Buddhism. So there is a smell arise. Once it come to you, you experience it. So somehow the taste come to tongue, then the taste arise. So like that, according to this 5 senses. Then another 5 qualities arise related to that: heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness, and the color, smell, taste, and the energy. So those are called rupa. There are more like the male, female. It's not a kind of like a mental idea. The male form and female form is there. It's not arise just when it come to your mind. No, it just imagine when the baby born. So the baby born in that form. So it's not a kind of like a once the person come to your mind, in your mind, the male or female arise. No, the male quality and the female quality in the outside world, beyond you. Some explain that the form arise in the mind. So there is a recognition, but the form as a male, female, and even within yourself, when it comes to, if you are a male, if you are a female, that all your behavior, all your mechanism, all your thoughts pattern, all your form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition can change. So that is where the feelings, when it comes to that, the form part, so that is the form. So once the form, feelings, so the forms change, it has the 3 marks: impermanence, unsatisfactory nature, selflessness within the form. And that form itself, it has the dependent origination. The form is not something that whatever outside form, and even within our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. It is not one organ or one part. It is a combination of things, and that all the combination arise with the 4 elements. Basically, that is the foundation. Heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. Then there is another, the 4 element arise: the color, smell, taste, energy. And then related to that, once it come to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, then there is another element arise. So like that, it give the power, it expand with the connection. So this connection itself is the cause and effect, causality. So then you can go to the dependent origination in that way. And then once the form arise, so what happens? Feelings arise. So now in the basic level, in the foundation, in the element, for element level, heat, motion, liquidity, hardness, color, smell, taste, energy. So those are not solid. Those are not permanent. Those are always change, and each and everything depending on each other. Heat, motion, liquidity, hardness, you cannot separate it. It's like the electron, neutron, and proton. It cannot separate, and anything not going to be independent. It always come together, get tangled. So like that, heat, motion, liquidity, hardness, you cannot separate, it come together, always stay together, and give the birth to smell, taste, color, energy. So like that. So now just imagine that arising with the form, and then the feelings arise because of that contact. So when the feelings arise, that feelings cannot be permanent. So that is the wisdom that you gain inside when you observe. Because whatever the changeable things cannot make an unchangeable thing. So the feeling change. So observing feelings now, through the four foundations, you recognize how the feelings change. And then the perception. So now you recognize how the perception change. The volition or the mental formations or the cankers. And that also change. And your consciousness or the recognition or the mind. Even the brain today in the modern world we call as this mind. So the actually brain is a part. This is a kind of like a hard questions regarding consciousness. But still remember, the mind, according to the Buddhism, it's in all over your body, and it related to the blood and related to the heart. So it cannot separate. So the consciousness, mind, thoughts, this all one thing. What happens? It may can appear in different mood. So that is what happened when the mind appear through the brain. So the Western world now go behind the brain and recognize, oh, this is conscious. No. It may appear through the brain in a certain level. So it like this. Just imagine that I am here like a monk, wearing robe and shaving the head, and you recognize this structure, this form as a monk. So then this same physical body, if I put a military outfit, garment, suit, uniform, and sit here like this, so then what you going to recognize? Not a monk. So now it appear, this body appear as a soldier. So then just imagine this physical body, we put like a doctor. So then that uniform. So then you recognize it as a doctor. So the same person. And even we ourselves, I am a monk here. Another example, I am a monk here. At the temple, I am a monk. The same me, just imagine if I travel, same me, the same monk. Once I enter to the flight, I am a passenger. The same person, according to that environment, the same person, but we recognize from the different one. Then just imagine I go to the hospital. So then I am not a monk. They don't take me as a monk. They take me as a patient. And then I go to the market. They don't take me as a monk. I am a buyer. So like that, the same person, and according to the environment, according to that, the place I access, they recognize me through different name. The same like our consciousness can appear through many different ways. It can appear as a mind, it can appear as a heart, it can appear as a consciousness, it can appear as a brain. So kind of like there's many ways it can appear. But whatever finally, the nature of the consciousness, what you have to recognize, it come out of the form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. So it is a process. It is not just a mere independent level of experience. That experience arises as a result of form, feeling, perception, volition. So this light is not an independent light. It's appear as a result of many things, many processes. So then that consciousness also not permanent. That also change. And then, so when it come to the Rupa, there is another one called Jivitendriya. The kind of like this, the giving the life to us. There is a mechanism that giving life to us. From birth to today, if you look very carefully, behind your mind, your brain, your consciousness, there is a little tiny shadow that you believe the same me. I am the one who born there. I am the one who went to that school. I am the one who used to do this. I am the one who worked in that place. I am the one who used to live in that place. The same person. I am the one who here. So like that, there is a little shadow behind this all. Is continue, and we believe there is the same person experience this all. That's why our past experience has the ability to trigger this very moment and give the disappointment or the happiness, sadness, worry, or kind of like that. Because 10 years back, it happened to me, and it really happened to me. So that person here, they are, and today, the same person. So we take this process as a one. So when it comes to that, this idea of I am or the self or this existence, now in the present moment you are capable to recognize, and you see these three marks of the existence: impermanence, unsatisfactory nature, and the selflessness. Here you are. You're capable to recognize right now in this very moment of within your body, mind, within your form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, heat, motion, liquidity, hardness, color, smell, taste, energy, and even the eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, mind consciousness. So within this all, you are capable to recognize selfless nature. This all arises as a result of cause and conditions. So that is a wisdom part. That is not a present moment just observation. That all come as a result of the developing the wisdom and inclining and connecting, binding the wisdom, the your recognition with the moment. So that is where you know in this very moment that what you experience as who you are, not permanent. So once you recognize that, what happens? Remember, the memory is one of the stronger things. That is the cankers, mental formations, the roots in us. Hold this everything to me, I am, or this existence. But now what happens? You are capable to uproot it. The uprooting means what? You recognize it is not unchangeable, permanent self. So whatever that you experience in the past, it happened in the past and it is not permanent, and it not happened because of one reason. It happened because of many causes and conditions. And it happened in the past, and it is not the same person today. So you recognize it, and in this very moment, in the present moment, you are capable to look into your past and recognize it. Not forget your past, not detach from your past. And according to the present moment, you are capable to recognize in this condition, and this is what happening in you, and then what can happen tomorrow. And even what happened tomorrow, it is not you, because in that very different condition, cause and conditions, the different thing going to happen. So then that doesn't mean you are detached from the future. You become open to the future. Just imagine, become detaching from the future. That's mean you separate your self-centered mind. How about when you open to the future? You synchronize with it. There is no separation. So when you develop the awareness, practicing meditation, sati, so what happened? Your memory going to become sharp, and you are capable to see your all past experience, not forgetting your past, not thinking or believing that your past is an illusion. It really happened there. The history is one major part in the world people study. Why you study the history? It is not an illusion. It happened somewhere, because that give a understanding for us to recognize what can happen in the future. So that's mean when we analyze the cause and effect according to that environment, we are capable to recognize what can happen in the future. So same like yourself now, within the present moment, in this body, using the foundation in the present moment with the unconditioned mind, you are capable to develop this understanding or the wisdom, and you recognize impermanence, unsatisfactory nature, and selflessness within the body, and at the same time form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition. And then whoever used to be in the past, the same. And then whoever you going to be in the future, it's going to be the same. It's not going to be permanent. Whatever experience, it's not going to be permanent. So then we are capable to experience and go through this experience without getting tangled to it, knowingly. So this knowing nature is the nature of consciousness. We are knowingly experience, but without getting tangled to it, holding or grasping or clinging. So then just imagine, if you are not clinging to your experience, you are not holding, you are not grasping, you are not harboring, or you are not resisting, you are not trying to withdraw anything, and with the fully 100%, with the fully capacity, you open the heart and be with the moment. And then it's going to become just a moment of experience to you. So that moment is the moment that you liberate from everything. Otherwise, liberation means, the freedom means you are not going get into a very blank state. It is not realistic. You are not going to withdraw from everything. You are not going to be kind of like separate from everything, just going to be only you. No. The freedom itself means here, you are consciously involving, you are experiencing, but knowingly the true nature of it, and without grasping, clinging, without developing the idea of I am experiencing this. and even not putting the permanent seal on it, even not putting the satisfaction seal on it. It is even that not putting the I am seal on it. You experience. So then whatever come to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, you experience. That itself give the freedom to you. So that's why remember, this being in the moment not going to help you. But once you develop this understanding, come to this deeper recognition that this 3 marks of existence, then you know in the moment that whatever that happened in the past, you recognize it as the past. And at the same time, you know this right now, right here, that what happened 10 years back, and you know it. It's a mental projection. So you just know it. And then you have the ability to come back power, not to be there. And at the same time, you know it is not permanent. And today, that what you experience also not permanent. So that's way your mind become free from you. That is the most hardest part. That is the most difficult part. Not just deal with this outside world, outside people, outside situation. We don't know really how to deal with our own mind. We don't know how to really recognize our own memory, mental formations, habitual patterns. We are the one who abuse our own mind. So that is what the result we get out of that abuse nature. Difficulty, sadness, worry, disappointment, hard time. So this everything we experience inside us. So then remember yourself. Practicing tranquility meditation, insight meditation give you deeper understanding. Even though there is an experiencer, that experiencer is not permanent. Even though form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition is there, it is not permanent. And all this happen according to cause and effect. And all this depend on the 4-element heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. And once you know that, then you will see what is next. Which we can't kind of like bring it to words, or we cannot just try to teach, or we cannot lecture it. We cannot kind of like verbalize it. It is unnecessary even. Don't try to even understand it. So that's why only thing is try to develop the right structure. Even I gave this part I talk because when you see that mechanism, once you know it makes sense and it develop the faith regarding your practice. So that is where you can put yourself into practice. So you have to have the faith related to the teachings. That's why. So through this kind of conversation, this kind of talks, we can build up that trust, build up that faith, confidence, conviction. And once you have it, don't worry about other things. Your practice going to sharp you, clear you. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and mentally recite, may I be well and happy, O so patveva, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So, in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, just recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. downward, and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Yattavata ca ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi. Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.